What's up everyone? So today we have another PlayStation 4 video to get through. In today's video we're going to be talking about how you can install PlayStation 4 game backups in PKG format onto a PS4 system that is running the 4.05 firmware with the kernel exploit. So yes, as long as you have 4.05 firmware, after watching today's video you'll know how to install full PS4 game backups, and any game that requires 4.05 firmware or lower can be run with the new exploits. It's pretty awesome. Again, this is only going to work on firmware 4.05, so if your PlayStation 4 is above that, you'll either need to wait for future exploits, or you can take a look at my video which talks about how you can get a PS4 with firmware 4.05 or lower. So, other than the PS4, the only thing we're going to need is a USB memory stick or USB hard drive. And first thing you'll need to do is make sure that your drive is formatted and choose the file system exFAT. exFAT's really useful because it can support files bigger than 4 GB. Some PS4 games are really big in file size, much larger than 4 GB. So if you choose exFAT to format your drive, it will be able to handle those large game files. And the PS4 works fine with recognizing exFAT drives, so that's handy. And once your drive is formatted, the next thing you're going to need is some PS4 games in .pkg format. Maybe one day I'll make a video talking about how you can dump your own games, but for right now let's take a look at how to get some online. So this is a website that I've used before called ps3iso.com. If you scroll down, you'll see they now have a PlayStation 4 section, and in the downloads area, you can find lots of different games that have been shared in the PKG format, which will work perfectly for this method. If you click too many threads on this website, you'll probably need to log in. I recommend registering to this site because it's very useful for both PlayStation 3 and PS4 stuff. So go ahead and download a game, and then once you've got it downloaded, you just copy paste it to your USB drive. So once you've got your game on your USB drive, go ahead and connect it to your PS4. Then head into the settings area and click into the user's guide. Now this video does assume you've already watched my 4.05 kernel exploit video. If you haven't, click in the cards area now and you can go and run through that video real quick. Because once you have the kernel exploit running on your system, clicking on user's guide is what brings up this exploit page and where we can pick an exploit. So you will need to have run that kernel exploit before you can continue on with this video. So when we select the user's guide, you'll come through to this exploit page. Now in this video, the exploit we're going to be focusing on is the X-Vortex exploit. So go ahead and hit X on that exploit and it'll go ahead and bring up a jailbreak me PS4 4.05 HEN screen like this one. So you're looking for it to say launching payload down the bottom here and then done when it's complete. Once that's complete, go ahead and push the PlayStation button on your controller. I believe that's the only button that will work at this point. And so now what you've done is you've unlocked package files on your system and you basically have Homebrew access. So with that done, head back to your settings menu, scroll all the way down and you should find the debug settings option. So press X to go through there, then choose game, and then choose package installer, and it should come up with a list of all the package files on your USB drive. So just go ahead and press X on the package file you'd like to install, and then it will go ahead and start installing the programs on your PS4. Now it's important to note that unless you run that exploit, like I just showed you, package files won't be able to install. Also, after you reboot your PS4, you'll notice that the games you install have a small padlock icon on them, and if you try to play them, they won't actually run. That's because they were not installed legitimately. To get them to run, all you need to do is go back and run the exploit again as I just showed you, and after that content can be installed again and the games will run like normal again. So at the moment you will need to run that exploit once each boot if you're wanting to play the backup games anyway. And as you can see on screen here, here's PT, loads up just fine and plays like a dream. So this is obviously pretty huge for the PlayStation 4 scene. There's never been a better time to get involved with Homebrew on the PS4. It is a bit of a challenge finding a system with old firmware, but again I do have that video which shows you which bundles you can buy if you're after a system with 4.05 firmware, and being able to play hundreds and hundreds of games as backup certainly very tempting. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying this PS4 content, and stay tuned because I do have a lot more PS4 videos lined up. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.